paying you to be my realtor if you don't know that.
All right. I'll wait till it pops up on the Facebook. I like to see myself. Does anybody see me on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. We're going to start this morning how we start every morning with 60 seconds of gratitude. Allie, what are you thankful for? You made some good money?
Yeah.
Good. And you got a closing today.
I got a closing today.
Man. Joshua, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful.
I tried. I got one business card, and everybody took my business card. So.
What did they say? No, I don't want to. No, I ain't giving you my shit.
Well, the way I did it is I would bring up the fact that I'm in real estate, kind of in the middle of me serving them, talking, and then at the end I told them, if y'all think I did a great job, I'd love to get your name and information if you want to write it on this receipt. And I slid my business card, kind of trying to build my name and brand. So if y'all could help me out, I'd really appreciate it. And nobody gave you their information. No, isn't that messed up? Because they were like, oh yeah. So now I'm going to make them write it in front of me next time.
Good.
Joshua, what are you thankful for?
Hey, I'm thankful Tommy gets to see all of Bo Cephas today.
Man, that's what I was thankful for too. Randy, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful it's Friday and the rain is going away.
Yeah.
And probably going to hit the lake this weekend.
There we go. Well, today I'm going to talk about finding the good in adversity. And, I feel like everybody today is going to have some adversity that they run into. And whether it's, maybe they're looking for a new job, or they're maybe looking for a new girlfriend or a new boyfriend. Josh. Somebody, you're all going to have some, but yeah, everybody's going to run into some adversity today, and you got to find a way to see the good in the adversity that comes at you today. And I'm going to talk a bit about kind of what I think finding the good in adversity can do for you. Did I say something funny, Josh?
No.
All right, so
Think about that new boyfriend.
yeah. Got you all giddy over here.
I'm over here thinking about old Timothy.
Oof, you already got a candidate picked out. So I think, a really good thing that when you find the good in adversity, I think it really helps you stay motivated. Whether that's maybe you had a bad week at work, but if you can some way find a way to just, see the good, and maybe you're making cold calls and nobody answered, but if you find the good in that, it just helps you stay consistent. And, that in turn just motivates you. If you just show up every day, whether it's, you had a bad morning and you show up to go work out, it just helps you stay consistent. And that in turn, helps your productivity, and it helps you produce more and, whatever you're doing. So I think it just really helps you stay motivated. Another thing that it helps is confidence. Whenever you have something bad happen to you, whether maybe you get fired from your job.
That's a real confidence booster.
No, maybe it's not a confidence booster, but if you can find the good in that, and you can show up and stay out there and not just sit down and lay in bed and stay under the covers where it might feel.
Some people have to do that.
Have to do what?
Stay
Mm.
in bed. Why are some people chronic losers?
Because they're not consistent. They're not motivated to do anything.
You have to be motivated? Then you stop. Is that camera coming back? You're on the radio now, Josh.
Uh-oh. Gotta get my radio voice on.
There we go.
Sorry. So see, I hear a lot of people, they talk about motivation. And I don't think motivation's needed. I think what is the most needed thing is asking myself, what if I don't show up today? What does that do to me? Most people don't understand setbacks.
Yeah.
Like the guy that works over here sometimes, shows up occasionally, looks like. That guy, he can have a good day, but he's just not inner wired to win.
Yeah.
He's just convinced himself he's not gonna win. So that's why he gets fucked up at night or does whatever, he gets distracted. It's easy to pull him away from his mission. I don't look for motivation. I ain't gotta be motivated. I wasn't motivated to get out of bed this morning. Where were you, motherfucker? Why didn't you show up?
I ran this morning, but
Bitchinitis.
Did you run this morning?
I did
Where?
on the road on Halls Hill.
What time?
About 5:25. 5:30.
I didn't see you.
Prove it didn't happen.
But you don't have to be motivated to win.
Yeah.
You got to be driven. And there's a difference between being motivated. Motivated, I'd come in here and you'd have a rah-rah and you'd go do something. Driven, you don't need that.
How do you think you stay driven instead of without, looking forward?
I think for me, because I wasn't always very driven, but getting around other people that were driven to where I can see, like getting on Coach's airplane, flying down to his Florida house, that helps me. That's not motivation, because motivation is like temporary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a coach gives you a rah-rah speech and you come out on fire, but the driven people work all year round.
Yeah.
They show up ready because of what they've already done. It's hard to find drive, but everybody has drive. But not everybody can find it. Do you have any kids?
Yes.
How many?
I have 2 now.
Well, if your kids were threatened somehow, some way, you would find something within you that you maybe have never felt. Or maybe you're naturally like that. But there's things that really, really, really will motivate you in that minute. But you don't always have to be motivated. But you do have to be driven towards a better future, towards something. Motivation don't last.
Yeah.
You run out of motivation's like a tank of gas. It's gone.
Yeah.
But your engine is where your drive. What do you got? You got to keep a little oil in there. You got to feed it some, but I think the people that don't need an external motivating factor are the highest achievers. They don't want to let themselves go.
Yeah. I agree with
Let
that.
Josh down this morning.
I did.
Did he tell you that he was running? Did you tell him you were going to run, or did you tell him?
Well, I
you were
didn't.
at the gym?
I did tell him I was gonna be at the gym.
All right, keep going. Nobody gives a shit now.
This show is ruined now.
So back to, I think another thing is it kind of keeps you in touch with reality. Whenever you have to find the good in adversity, do you feel that way? Like whenever something happens, you feel like you kind of.
Well, I catch myself doing this all the time where I'll think something's a lot easier than it really is. Like,
Yeah.
hell, one deal, I might think one deal, okay, this client's an easy client, it'll be an easy transaction. And then some shit happens, some adversity happens, and it makes me really go down to the bottom, like the core of what, okay, this is actually going to be hard.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of, I feel like a lot of people underestimate how hard shit really is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you need adversity though to kind of learn lessons, because without it, I mean, you're just kind of coasting.
Yeah.
You need a challenge.
Definitely. I think that, kind of staying in touch with reality just shows that never to underestimate kind of the situation that you're in. If, like Josh said, if it's an easy client, I mean, you never know. What if something falls through the day before closing?
There's one thing.
Yeah, or, and really in any aspect of life, whether, maybe you think it's going to be an easy day at work, but hell, somebody rear ends you. Just can't let it ruin your whole day.
Yeah.
You just got to always be prepared for something bad to happen, I feel like, just so that, you kind of stay in touch with reality and that you.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. That way, maybe if you don't wake up and out of bed one day, you got to make sure you're always showing up. Stay in touch with reality. Don't get messed up the night before and not show up to work.
That's right.
Last thing I got is I think it really makes you stay humble in the good times. I think that, you could have a good time in your life, and that could really, make you cocky and not overconfident, but just make you feel like you're on top of the world, and that kind of I feel like that shows to other people, like whenever you're having such a good time and you're bragging about it, or just whatever you're doing to make it just seem like you're cocky. I think that really shows to people, and it makes people's outlook on you look a lot, makes you look like an asshole, kind of. But I also think that staying humble in the good times makes your outlook on yourself a lot better. Do you feel that way?
Yes.
I feel like, it just makes you feel better about yourself. When you're in those bad times, when that adversity does hit, and, you stay consistent and everything, I think that makes you just feel better about yourself in the times when the good times hit. It can make you stay humble because you know that you can go back to, rock bottom down there.
Makes the good times that much better.
Yep, makes the good times feel even better when you know that you came from down here. Maybe you had a bad month, a bad year, but that next year it just makes you feel so much better. But not to expect that all the time because you've been down there and you've had that adversity. So, Van, you can take us out.